Good morning. Welcome back to JJ and Daddy Home Fitness. Today we did a full body push session. So to start off, warm up descriptions are down below. The first exercise in the push, there was a push superset, so did a stepping back reverse lunge, brought the bag to the outside of the front leg, and combined it with a clean in between alternating reverse lunges. So as you're stepping up out of your reverse lunge back to standing, you're going to thrust the hips and the bag up and pull hard up with your shoulders, elbows high, and then catch underneath at the standing posture. Then do your other side and alternate back and forth like that 20 times. Following that up, did a tall kneeling lat control press, right? So the lat press, it's an overhead press, emphasizing lat control. Grab whatever your weight is underneath, on the side, on your shoulder with two hands next to each other, and then just raise it up over the head. And then when you bring it down to the opposite side, the lat has to control that motion, right? So it's an overhead press, which involves lat control, lat stabilization. So following that came a front-loaded squat from the seated position, right? So this bench squat, you want to get as low as possible. If you have a step ladder, try and get to the first or second step. If you just have a set of steps, try and go from the second step to the bottom. If you can touch that one and have a seated position, that's good. If you can get down to the first one, even better. More benefit, more range, increased range of motion, recruiting more muscle fibers. It's all good. Had it front loaded, elbows tucked tight, high, and got down to the step. You don't really put all your weight down. You just kind of tap the step and then explode up off of it, right? So you tap the step and kind of hold there for a second and then explode up out of it, right? So it's focusing more on the eccentric contraction, but you also, concentric contraction, but you don't want to use the eccentric either as a spring to get back up, right? You want to go down slowly, tap the step, hold there for a second, and then use all concentric to get up, right? No muscle recoil at the bottom. You hold, and then it's all just concentric recruitment. Do that, those 3 exercises in the superset 3 to 4 times, and then you move on. Go into the next set, which is the push-ups. The push-ups are going to be feet elevated, so it's more of a decline push-up, kind of like an incline press on the bench. Then also did a lateral lunge with almost like a slide board effect. You can use a pillow, a folded towel on a slick surface, right? And the other foot, the foot that's weight bearing, you want to plant on a non-slip surface like a yoga mat. And just slide that foot out. You can even wear a thick sock on the foot that you're sliding out. Slide that foot out that's on the slick surface, keeping the knee straight, And then just like a squat on the other leg, hip goes back and you bend the knee. This I had a shoulder loaded squat. You could do front loaded. You could load a backpack on your back, however you feel distributing the load. But I loaded over the leg that was going to be weight bearing, the leg that's going back in the lunge or the split squat. The other leg, you're going to feel that inner thigh, the adductor working as you come up, right? And you're going to feel it stretch as you go out. So only go out as far as you can comfortably stretch. Get it. Get it. Then we did X's and O's on the floor to finish, ab finisher, right? Like a jumping jack with you sitting up, legs elevated, and then trying to reach into your legs with your legs spread out to the sides in a circle motion, X's and O's. So one jumping jack on the mat with your sit-up position, and then one reaching up, bringing your arms inside those folded legs. Bravo. Also did a leg lift that was done by tucking the knees in a reverse crunch, brought the legs up, straight up at first, lifted the hips, and then bringing the legs back out, in the reverse crunch and kick up. And the more of an angle you can get your legs coming out, the more you're going to recruit muscle fibers in the stomach, right? And you also want to make sure once you get those legs out, come back in nice and slow, and then lower down, right? You want to get that nice controlled eccentric contraction so that you're recruiting muscle not only on the way out in the concentric, but back in the eccentric. All right, guys, enjoy the workout. We're going to continue the dance party. Take care. Have a great one. Bye-bye. What? Ah! Stinky foot. Peter, Stinky.
Yeah.
Stinky foot! Here, Stinky!
No.
Foot! Ah! Stinky foot! Here, Stinky!
No.
Foot! Ah! Stinky foot! Here, Stinky!
No.
Stinky foot. You stinky.
No.
Foot. Ah! Stinky foot. You stinky.
No.
stinky foot. Be you stinky.
No.